Colby Gort is climbing the FMX ranks. After two top 3 finishes in X-Pilots, he got a shot on 9 of the jumps, and he delivered his debut in Munich. Most recently, the American rider took second place in Brazil's most prestigious contest. He mastered a technical course that mixed airbags and dirt lips. I chatted with Colby before the competition in Brazil. We talked about his expectations for the contest, but as usual, we went much further. We discussed his journey, his perspective on FMX these days, and his goals. Colby also has an interesting bag of tricks, which we explored. So keep listening and enjoy the show. I'm our host, Jose Gaspar. Colby Gort, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you guys for having me. Super excited to be here.
Colby, I really appreciate the time that you take to join me today. I know you are really busy. You have a very important competition this weekend, so thank you.
Yes, it's been a lot of riding and a lot of practice, but I'm excited and I always have time to talk about dirt bikes for a little bit.
Great. So Colby, I'd like to start from the very beginning. How did you get involved with dirt bikes?
As a little kid, I kind of just liked all action sports, skateboards, BMX, surfing, whatever. And then as I got a little older, 10, 11, my older brothers rode dirt bikes and they liked freestyle. So I just thought, because my older brothers liked dirt bikes, I thought it was cool. And then started watching Metal Militia videos, Brian Deegan, Twitch, Travis Pastrana. And ever since I was a little kid, I just want to backflip. I just want to backflip dirt bikes. Yes, always, ever.
What about the freestyle motocross? How did that come about?
So there was a track in Arizona called Speed World, and they had a freestyle motocross park there.
You are from Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I'm from Arizona. And so my parents would take me to go ride at Speed World, and they had the freestyle set up. And one time I went to go race, and this guy, KX Corey, helped me jump the ramp for the first time at Speed World.
And now you are a full-time freestyler, right?
Yep, all the time, 50, 60 shows a year, nonstop.
Cool. And Colby, well, could you tell me how's the American FMX scene these days? I'm talking about shows, I'm talking about contests, sponsors.
It's a little different than back in the day. There is tons of shows right now. It seems like after COVID, everyone kind of started doing their own thing. There's tons of circuses, tons of monster trucks, tons of just random fairs. So there's tons of shows. That's good. Everyone likes to. Everyone can backflip now, so that's pretty common. It's pretty simple. I mean, not simple, but you got to have the backflip now. It's been like that for a while, I feel like. And the freestyle scene in America, I feel like there's a lot of good riders, but for freestyle, it's kind of hard. I feel like Australia and a lot of other countries still focus on freestyle more. America, we do a lot of free riding and just have a lot of fun now riding. But there's still some really good freestyle riders and some kids that are really pushing the limits in America.
Great. So let's talk about your career. There's something really interesting in your journey. You won the Americans Got Title Extreme. Could you tell me what is that about? Because part of our audience is from Australia and from Europe.
So America's Got Talent is like they just pick the craziest, best acts from all over America. And same like a freestyle contest. We all get together and compete. And so America's Got Talent they had like Terry Crews, Travis Pastrana, Nikki Bell, some WWE girl. So kind of like extreme judges. And so we had Alfredo Silva, the cage rider. He called the freestyle riders and kind of assembled his team, and he had his plan. And we went there. We got the golden buzzer. So we went straight to the final round. And then in the final round, it was us versus Aaron Wheels Fotheringham from Nitro Circus. And he did a really good run too. But we came out on top. So it was really good. And it was a great experience. Super excited I got to do it. And yeah.
And what did you do to win?
So we set up the globe. And they had 5 riders maybe inside the globe at the same time. And we jumped the freestyle ramp over the globe. And then they had street bike wheelies all in the front. We only had a little 200, 300 foot area to do everything in 2 or 3 minutes. So we only had like 2 trains and two tricks and go as fast as we can and get it done. So there was no pausing or anything, but it was pretty hectic and it was a good time.
But still talking about your career, you got 2 top 3 in X Pilots. Could you tell me more about your performances there?
Yeah, X Pilots was my first real contest going to. I got invited to, and I was the first time I went to X Pilots, I actually had 4 broken ribs still, but I knew if I told them no, I can't come, they'd find someone else and I would have missed the opportunity. Yeah. So
that's commitment, man. That's commitment.
I rode with 4 broken ribs. I only practiced like 1 day before. I didn't ride for 3 weeks. Only practiced 1 day just to make sure, okay, I can go there. And yeah, I didn't even do like a Cordova flip until in my run, and then just did it in my run. But the first few rounds was a little tough. We got Adelberg, Taka, Philip Podmall. Yeah, and Johan, Esteban doing body varials. We got a pretty good. So it took me a couple rounds, but I think in La Paz I took 3rd place, and then the next round in Tijuana I took 2nd place. So it's a great experience. It's definitely got me like prepared for the contest kind of thing, timed or number of jumps or whatever the format may be. It's cool.
Sweet. In this year, you debuted in Night of the Jumps in Munich. How did the opportunity come about?
So same kind of like Night of the Jumps. I have a couple of good friends, Javier or Philip Podmall. They will put in, Jared McNeil, also a couple good friends. They'll put in, feelers out when someone's looking for a rider. And then I think, Javier and Philip told Steve, and I got
Sommerfeld. Yeah.
Yes, told Steve.
Our mutual friends, Steve Sommerfeld.
Yeah, Steve's a great guy. He took me all over. He's super good. He took care of me. But as soon as the opportunity came up, I knew I had to call the circus real quick, tell them, hey, I'm going to have to take this week off. We'll find a fill-in rider. And they're cool with it. The circus is really good to me back home.
Which circus is that?
It's the Moto Extreme Circus. Cool. Best circus. I love it. Super fun. We do shows all week. Not all week, but every week, all year long, all over Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. So that's good. But when they gave me the opportunity, I had to take the week off. Definitely go compete. And it was great. My first time riding European ramps. So it was a little different, but I always figure it out. It took me like 10, 15 minutes. At first I was flipping fine, but like to understand the ramp took me a little bit. I was worried about doing my dead body flips, but I still did it. So
I was about to ask you that, how was your performance there? Good points, bad points? So you just told me that.
Yeah, so dead body flip felt good. I did do a cliffhanger flip, no-handed lander on the bag or the big airbag. In practice, no problem, but get a little tired in the run, and I over-rotated my cliffhanger flip. I didn't crash or nothing, but not safe to take the hands off. So a couple mishaps. First jump, the runways are super small. I'm not used to having I'm used to having 75 feet for jumping 75 feet, was maybe a meter less, 70 feet for 75 or, so the first jump was a little short, but all the guys helped me, Philip helps me out a lot, his friend Pepe, and everyone helped me get over it there and keep it safe. So it was a good time.
I was watching in your run and something grabbed my attention. You have some kind of easy on through the bar tricks like backflip Shaolin, backflip dead body. So did that come up naturally, or did you work on that because there are not so many riders doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because I'm a shorter rider, I've kind of always had an advantage going through the bars, but I've always forced myself, even if I hated a trick, to get comfortable with it. Even I pretty much do it until I'm not scared of it anymore. So dead body flips have been I started doing them 4 years ago, but I didn't really understand what I was doing. I was kind of just flying through the air, going through the bars and hopefully getting back through. And I've had a couple dead body flip crashes, not too bad. I still got up and finished the show, but they definitely get away from you easy. But the craziest part is you have to pull less. So that was my problem. I was pulling harder to do it. And then at X Pilots, something happened with the ramp. So I was forced to go to the ramp where in my run, I was going to do a dead body flip on this ramp. And I didn't want to really do it unless it was in my run because I was still scared of dead body flips. But because I was forced to go to this ramp, all I'm going to do is practice my dead body flips. And I accidentally didn't really dead pull, but just didn't get a good pull. And it worked perfect.
I see.
And so I was like, wow, this is the trick for dead body flips. But bar flip tricks have always seemed easier for me. If I don't have to let go of the handlebars, I can really be in control of the bike, even if the bars turn into flip. Or a lot of times dead body flips, when I'm here, the bars go crooked one way or the other. But through the bar tricks have always been just a little natural. Or if the bike bucks or goes high, it's not really a problem. Whereas grabs, if it loops out, it's like pretty crazy. You don't want to do a rock solid with your bike like that, you know?
I see. And I have to ask something. What is the key point to execute the backflip, neck, no hands?
Okay.
Man, that trick is crazy, man.
Yeah, I like this trick. Someone told me Brian Deegan had done it before. Not trying to take it away from him.
I hear that.
But I haven't seen a picture or a video of it ever. So I've wanted to do it for a while, but I don't get much practice. I get to practice at the shows, but sometimes the show is it's not always ideal. So I finally got to practice in Houston after like a year of thinking about this trick, and it worked right away. I just, the same as a knack. I just shift into third. As soon as I flip, I shift into third, and I kind of go over the front of the bars just a little bit, and then just let go. And I try now. It's a little sloppy sometimes when I'm trying to get, when the foot's fully over, the hand's fully off at the same time.
Amazing, man. Well, let's talk about Brazil. How did the opportunity to compete here come up?
So again, I got some good friends. I think Javier,
Friends are everything, man.
Yes, some good friends, and they were looking for a couple more riders and maybe want to do some flip tricks. And Javier had given me the chance. It was the same weekend as the next night of the jumps, but they got a lot of riders and they're working everyone in. So I came here. And I'm glad I did. Was really excited for the opportunity to come do another contest with dirt.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty unheard of nowadays for dirt.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool. You know, a lot of people wouldn't even come ride the dirt. They don't even.
And the first time in Brazil, right?
My first time in Brazil.
How has been the experience so far?
Crazy experience. Everyone's super nice. It's been great. Delta lost my parts for like 3 days, so that sucked. But that has nothing to do with Brazil. Brazil's been great. Everyone's been super nice to me, and yeah.
You know, let's talk about the course. What do you think about that? You just said something, but could you elaborate more on that?
Yeah. So like kind of like in Europe, the ramps are always a couple feet shorter, and the ramps are a little pop. So it's a little different. I'm used to just I can just 75. So here's a little. I honestly was more scared of the ramp to the airbag than I was of the dirt.
Oh, really?
I wasn't even worried about jumping the dirt.
That's crazy, man.
That's kind of like same as Javier. I've been riding a lot of like, not a lot, but I've been riding in the dirt a lot lately. So when I seen the measurements of the dirt and the course, I was like, I'm not even. That's fine. But whenever the ramp's a little bit shorter than 75, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't want to miss the landing. But Esteban helped me. We ride together a lot, so he gave me a couple speed checks and just right over it.
And this contest has a not common format that kind of merges best trick and a freestyle. How does it work?
So individually, we get to do a freestyle run and a best trick run, and then the best trick and the freestyle run will go combined for your score.
I see.
So you got to do a good freestyle run and a good best trick run.
And do you like that? It's different.
It's different. I don't mind. However they want to do the contest, I like it.
I see.
The best will always win.
For sure.
So, and we're all friends. It's fun. It's we all want to beat each other, but at the end of the day, we just want to go home safe and have a good time.
And do you know anything about the Brazilian riders? I'm talking about Kiko, Gilmar, Nicolas, and Pedro. Do you know him?
I met Nicolas maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I was working in China.
Oh, did you work in China?
Yeah, I worked in China for almost 2 years. I did like 10 months, and then I did like 8 months, 2 separate times.
I see.
So yeah, I spent a lot of time in China. And Nicholas was in, I don't remember, one time we went to like Mongolia.
I see.
And I think he was in the just middle of the
That's
desert.
interesting, man.
Yeah. And there was 2 freestyle shows. We had the Freestyle King show, and then Nicholas had
I see.
a different stunt show at the same place. But that was when I met him. And no, never met Kiko or Pedro or anybody until now. And super glad to meet everybody.
What do you think about their riding?
Crazy. I didn't realize there were so many riders in Brazil that ride at such high level. I've seen Kiko and Jeff a little, but I just didn't realize. I think everyone was from the same kind of place. And so yeah, there's a lot more riders than I thought.
So what are expectations in terms of the results for this weekend?
Oh, we'll have to see. I would like to get on the podium, but everyone's riding really good. Flipping not all the dirt jumps, but flipping some of the dirt jumps. And yeah, it's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to keep up with everyone who's flipping all the dirt stuff, so it'll be good though. I'm excited to see how it comes out.
For sure. That's going to be good.
The dirt is going to be what separates.
Yeah, I think the same. That's going to be interesting. And well, what else do you have on the horizon in the near future? I mean, in terms of shows, contests, and so on after Brazil.
No, just I got a lot of Moto Extreme Circus shows. We stay really busy there, but no. Hopefully, I can get back to some more Night of the Jumps this year. But they have a lot of riders, like I said. Europe has a lot of really good high-level riders still too. But I would like to do some more Night of the Jumps. I would love to go to X Games, but I need to take like a month or so off where I can actually just train and practice some tricks in the foam pit. I would love to do double flips.
Are you working on that?
In the foam pit? No, I've never tried double flips. I've worked on body varials a little bit, Corollas, Cali rolls.
And how close are you to land that?
I've landed Cali rolls in the pit.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it took like 3 tries, but I only had like 1 day in the pit. And then I couldn't really go back right after. So, yeah, I'm super busy at the circuit. So I need to just find a month or so off to, I'd love to have double flips and body varials in my freestyle run.
I see. And Colby, before you wrap up, well, you are still young. You are 27. You are young. And what are your goals for, let's say, the next 5 years?
As a child, I would always dreamed of going to X Games and winning. It's kind of it sucks this year they took freestyle out.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
I love best trick too, but I never thought of myself as a best trick rider. I always, if I learn something, I would like to be able to do it in my freestyle run. I'm not nothing against people who do crazy whatever one time. It's insane, but yeah, I would always like to just keep my stuff in my bag all the time. And definitely double flips and body varials. I really want to double flip the next gen at 75 feet than the regular distance. You like next gen, right? I like the next gen ramp a lot. For sure. So Colby, I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your insights. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I wish you good luck this weekend. And man, I hope to talk to you again soon. Maybe in Zurich, who knows? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a great time. And yes, maybe Night of the Jumps next.